Would you turn it off?
I turned it off because I had to get Grandpa sit upon.
Oh, anyway. Yeah, this chain here is the problem.
Yeah, look at it.
It's a lot smaller.
Look at how they have that.
Well, that's normal.
Did you find out how many tubes is supposed to be there?
Well, this is a 27, and I'm gonna bet you money that they put that on there because that is an aftermarket sprocket.
Not yellow.
No. Well, it's aftermarket. It's a Martin, I think. Yeah, it's a Martin.
How many tubes is on the other? Go see how many tubes is on the other header.
27. This is a Martin 27. You know how to count teeth? Let's go over here. We'll go over here. It's right here.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. 'Cause that's gonna. I'll change it right now.
God damn it, it did it again.
What?
The clip on my knife is getting caught on
On what?
the plastic on that twine.
Well, what are you walking so fast for?
I wasn't.
Look at this Afro engineering job.
That's gorgeous.
This
It's
is
already
one of
done.
the reasons why we. Oh! Look at the difference.
Yeah,
That's a huge difference.
but it is wearing out pretty damn bad.
What is?
Those teeth.
The sprocket, yeah. Well, let's see if we can find a number on the side of it.
Can you be able to flip that around?
Probably not. Well, hold this up so I don't hit my head. We'll count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37.
Damn.
10 teeth different. That's a big difference. Okay, so there's 10 teeth different. They took 10 teeth off of that thing. Alright. 37 teeth. From 27. Because when I slowed the whole thing down, then it stopped doing it. It's 10 teeth different. 10 teeth too many. I wonder what the purpose in the high speed was.
To not
Other than it would shake itself apart.
Yeah.
Wrap up on the auger.
No.
No. Ain't gonna wrap them that over.
No, it wouldn't. I could only think that it has to do with grass seed production. It can't be anything else.
Too tough on the seed on the plant.
Going too slow, grinding it, thrashing it. Not moving it through the machine fast enough. Alright, well that's...
Is it the same size chain?
80 connecting link, yeah. But that sprocket's shot.
It's
That's got a lot of acres to it. This sprocket's brand new. I bet they put that sprocket on there and says, you know what, this isn't working right. And ditched the head. Went over to a different header. So, alright, well that's easy enough. I don't think this thing has had that many acres.
You gotta check the oil in the...
Yeah, I'm going to check the oil on the back of these gearboxes. No, I'm going to check on it. Okay, alright. I'm back to talking to myself. There it is. As you saw, it was put on me. Tim and Dad did that. I have greased everything, and everything in here is pretty tight. Put together pretty tight. It's not loose at all. There's very little to no wear on the cutter bar, like I had in the old mower. As you can see, they will get a little bit of wear in them, but we're really pretty close here. We're tight. I do have that one problem with this here. They have changed the sprocket for this auger to run 37 tooth. It is now running a 27 tooth sprocket on this. So this thing is screaming, and you could see while I was running it had that wobble to it, and that's not good. I'm not gonna have that. That has to be taken care of. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and order a new sprocket for this auger. I'm going to put put a 37 tooth sprocket back on there so that it's not screaming like it was. It doesn't need to go that fast, not for what I'm doing. It just needs to get it out the back of the mower, and we should be good. Now, a couple things that I like about this particular setup over the other one. The other one had the crusher rolls, and it had a floor that went clear across the bottom of this thing, like from here all the way across, and then it would toss it into the crusher rolls. Well, this here is obviously, there's no crusher rolls in it. They're gone. It's just open. To be honest with you, I don't think that this auger should even go fully across. I think that New Holland could have taken and put a stub auger in here and really put a heavy shaft out on the other end and double driven this auger, and had a stud out on the end with 2 bearings on there, so that it would just be 2 stub augers on the side, and then the material would fall back out again. But that's just me talking, so it doesn't really matter. Or ran a hanger bearing down from here and flipped it out the bottom like it does already, so nothing would be coming up over the top anyhow. It would just be going straight across. That's just my thoughts. Now, I'm going to crawl underneath this thing here, which is probably stupid, but I did it anyway. This is going to be coming out of here, pretty good clip, possibly. I'm thinking that it's going to hit this and go right to the ground, which is fine by me. I kind of think that that'll be all right. If not, that's what these boards, the diverters, or the diverters are for. Now, you saw me welding on them and repairing them. These things are so chintzy, and I mean chintzy. I ended up putting a little reinforcement here because this is where it attaches on the back. The adjustment for that is, and it was kind of weak there. Now, what happens if you get into mud and stuff? That's what bends these up and causes the ass ache that I had. So that's why I did that particular adjustment. Just reinforced everything here. This side was not nearly as bad. You can see where I welded on there and welded up there and welded over there. Just repaired it. Now this side here was really, really, really bad. It was actually folded forward, believe it or not. It must have got into the mud in the back, and it folded it forward and bent this whole thing. You can see where the hay was hitting here, because it was like this piece here was curled around. So me and Carl straightened it out, and I welded a couple of washers on here too, because the crack went straight across the top here. So what I did was I actually welded across on the other side here, and then I put this flat washer there, and then on that side I ground what I had welded on there, and then I made the circle all the way around, because what that does is it heads this crack off here and it stops it over here. So this will not crack. It may crack up in here or something at a later date, but for the most part, put that stiffener in there and everything else. Now, everything else is now straight and true and stiff. So with that being said, I have greased everything, and underneath here and everything there is greased, and the locking mechanism is holding the header where it belongs. But this cylinder here, my dad broke off this right here. Caused a bit of a problem, and problems are just not what I'm into lately. I don't want problems. I want simplicity in my life. So I'm actually going to take that cylinder off of there. I'm probably just going to replace the whole entire thing. Just take it off, because I had to braze that when he broke it off, and I still have a weeping hole there, and I think from me heating it, it actually may have taken the seal out. So I think it's just a better idea to replace that whole cylinder. And over on this side, because the crusher rolls are always so damn tight and close, you can see where it rubbed that, and it is actually weeping a little bit of oil there. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think it's weeping oil. It's either, what, I don't think that's weeping oil. I think that is when I took this off, I dripped oil down onto that. So we'll see what happens. It's probably fine. What else can I say? Yeah, I think everything is really in pretty good shape. Let me get on out the back. Out the back here. Now I can adjust this to deflect the hay down farther, tighter, if I do need to, but a lot of times I'll just flip this thing. You know, when it was back on the head, on the case, it never even hit these. Very rarely did it hit these unless I was shooting it straight back. And for the most part, I just dropped it right down. But I don't know, we're going to take it out and we're going to try it when I get that sprocket taken care of. And we're going to see how well it does. And, you know, I'm not about to cut hay until, God, June something. I might make some bluegrass early, that if it comes up and becomes a pain in my ass, but I doubt it. Well, I'm just going to see what I got to do. But this thing here, this is where this sprocket was taken out, and this is a 27 tooth right there. You can see 27 gates, and I went out and, as you saw in the video, I counted that the other one had 37 teeth onto it. Now I'm thinking to even slow that auger down even more, but I don't really want to. I kind of want to keep it where it's at 37. It worked fine before. Oh, let's see. I need a length of chain because I'm going to replace that chain. It's got some kinks in it, and anytime you get rust in a chain like that, it ruins it. So we're not going to have a ruined chain. You know, so just take that chain off and put the proper length on there when I put the proper sprocket on, and we'll go from there. I was just gonna rob that sprocket off the other head and put on here, but I changed my mind about that because what I'm gonna do is, if I have a problem with this head, suppose I get out in the field and we hit something and bust something on this head, and I'm out of business. Well, I have two heads now, and that head actually is functioning okay. I'm going to bring it up in the shop here, and I'm going to do some cutter bar work. There's a couple of top caps that need to be replaced. Top caps, I call them top caps, but the upper shaft assembly on the gearboxes, there's like 2 or 3 of them that are really kind of loose, so I'm just going to replace those, and I'll have that header ready to rock and roll for emergency. So if this one here is a problem, then I've always got that one. So anyway, I guess that's the end of this bit of this build. This header's a good bit lighter than what the other one is, so I'm going to actually have to put air in the back end of this because it is an air ride axle. I'll have to put air in there and level it up, and I'll probably do that on another video. Yeah, I'll definitely do that on another video. Probably do it on the video when I'm changing out that sprocket. But anyway, that's that. Hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.